Hey everybody, this is Nikolai back again with Solargene, and we're gonna go through a new save, kind of getting away from our old one because we got the new update 0.15, which brings in a whole new mess of things to deal with on your colony, and it's gonna be absolutely crazy trying to update everything that we've done over there in the stream. So we're gonna start over with a new save. We're going to go through, these are our mods, contracts, extraterrestrials, natural disasters, and the Solargene mission. Basically, what I call hard mode, because you don't have a start on the moon, and you don't have a start on the moon, and you have to get there yourself from Earth. So a lot of people are struggling with the loans and starting out with nothing, and then of course the new comfort that is your main change for how you handle your colonists. It's really going to change up how we build from our old style of the barracks and kind of more militaries, cram everybody into a small spot. So let's dive in. Start out with nothing, no money, no colony on the moon yet. So we are going to go for the loans. This is another big change that Alex brought in. Instead of getting paid for your contract right away as soon as you accept it, you now only get paid when you complete the contract. So no more quick money, and then of course no more research contracts. Not in the traditional sense. You get to make stations on planetoids that are based on research. But we'll get into all that. So I'm gonna go and show everybody how I do my opening build in order to get to the moon. That way it's everybody kind of has something to go off of. 150 million, 12 months, pay 20 million back every month. Take our loan, and let's launch a station. This one's gonna stay in Earth orbit, so I'm gonna take the biggest one because if you read right here, the inclination of the module's orbit to the elliptic depends on the spaceport. Greater slope will require more fuel for performing interplanetary flights. So basically, if you're going to build this ship to go from this planet to another planet, you want to choose the smallest slope because they will be able to use less fuel to go from the other one. So this one's going to stay in here. It's going to be our Earth orbiter. Here's the biggest one. And basically what we're doing with this is we are racing for research. This is going to be completely dedicated to research. Yeah, because we're not building 500, 500. And if you just saw, for the main resources that you're going to be building with at the start, China and Europe. Both of these countries sell basically everything that you're going to need. So just switch between them two. It's very intuitive as far as being able to keep everything in your build your cart and then buy, just like I did before. So, and you'll see again, this is just my normal build for getting more storage onto my station. The doors, get rid of the doors. And then somebody dropped a very helpful hint in one of my previous videos in the comments. I want to thank you for that. You don't need to heat your Earth orbiter. down, but I think for the most part, I don't have to worry about temperature at all, as long as you use the 7-7 blocks. Let's fill that up. I'm going to clear that room because I plan on getting rid of it. You and you. Get rid of you. Not enough to. Yeah, figured. Alright, now that we got all this, order a big take. 16 days on that meteor shower, we'll definitely be alright. Hurrying up the process to get our resources in here. And since this isn't traveling, you really don't even need that at all. So, I'm gonna use it. And just notice one short there. Short there. Alright, and those extra guns will help us when we start building the bigger sections. 1, 2, 3. Fixed. 1, 2, 3. Fixed. 1, 2, 3. And rotating. I do this so I can have more cargo ships processed at one time. And then, of course, later on, if you need to upgrade it, you have these 4 sides of the other fixed station to build off of. You can also completely take over the bottom if you get rid of this docking station down here, but we'll leave it for now. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We need maintenance. 5, 6. We're gonna need production. 2, 5, 6. And then, of course, right now, what we need to build is apartments so that we can unlock. I haven't tried this before, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it now. See how the 4% holds up. I don't know if it will, but it's gonna help out with comfort. So we're just gonna put that in there for right now. Let's see if that works. Looks like it's holding temperature, so we're gonna run with that just to keep a little bit of extra comfort. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright. And let's load these up so they can maintain temperature. Blocks. And then for your doors, you just go 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There you go. Bathrooms. Since we know they hold temp, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Okay. And 5, 6. It's the canteen. Hospital. Do a 3x3 by 2. And then you'll want the stairs there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And this is pretty much, you could, I follow this kind of setup every single one of my medical bays, medical buildings. Obviously on a station you don't have to go down, but you have to go up. But this is pretty much the equipment that you need. Definitely want more space sickness because they tend to get more space. I don't know why, they just get space sick, so you get better research. We're gonna need more of that. That. I think. Go ahead. Necessities. Oh. 100. Alright. Those are going to be for research. We already have the canteen, we need the relax. 1, 2. Oh, what? What? Waiting on shuttles. Recreation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Last but not least. Bioengineering. This is the easiest way I have found. Because you have to do stairs. Or this. Now for your industrial zone, you want hydrocarbon burning. That'll give you your CO2 and then carbon production. This will get you your resource for your carbon for processing your water. And then you could do water electrolysis if you want to cover your butt on oxygen. But for the most part, you'll see when we go into the warehouse settings, I kind of leave the hydrogen production to the hydrocarbon burning. Now we probably won't have 4 guys in here, but meh. Kind of showing you how I set up almost every single one of my ships just for your basic. And of course the only thing you'll really change is the population, because you won't need as many. The only reason I have so many here is because of scientists. This thing is completely going to be dedicated to research and research alone. So let's build that and then we'll hire a crew. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Start out with 3 of each. That'll give you a decent amount of production. Science production. And then I always start out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will obviously need to scale that up a bit as your scientist's skill. But let's dive into our staff. Let's get the necessities first. You need 2 of each. Now go for people who don't require a lot of comfort at the start. These are going to be low-skilled people, but that's perfectly fine, because they will skill themselves up as they recycle, or as they perform work, and it doesn't take that long. So go for low comforts. That's what you're going for. And then also avoid, I mean, arrogant, the salary in the long run really doesn't matter. It's inconsequential when you're starting to make H3 production, but avoid these. Frail, glutton, cleany, you know. I like to go for life of the party and smart. That's perfect. Workaholic is good. In my opinion, makes them work more. Cleany and frail, sleepy, uncertain, slob. Definitely stay away from toxic. But let's get into this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Six, 7, 8, 9. And then here's another one. Oop, nope, I'll take that. View. I took that smart learning speed, make him skill faster, and then of course big guy body health, so he won't be sick as often. Where's the other one? I just saw it. This one. I'm probably going to be butchering this word, but Sibirat does not sleep or sit on benches in the hallways. That's fine, but your comfort requirements are 25% more, which is crazy. So yeah, you want to stay away from these guys. So there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. One repair, one tech now. And actually we're gonna get you instead and get rid of these guys. Lucky, 50% random events in your favor. I don't know what they are, but I'll take it. I don't think there's a way to like really measure. 2, 4, 6, 7, so we're at 14, we need to go to 16. There's no like alert that an event happened, but I mean, I'll take it at its word that something good happens. Hospital, canteen, these are the only things we need to finish. So for the canteens, to really get comfort and keep it up there, do 1 single table per colonist. I know previously we just jammed the biggest ones in there and called it a day, but now you're dealing with comfort. This is how you keep your comfort level sky high. There we go, 16 tables. And then pedestrian pathway. Ooh. All right, we might have to make this bigger. Six, 12, that's 16 right there. Thank you. then later on, when you have the water production from the moon and Mars, you can do decorative partitions, like with the deal with the water. But water is a precious commodity right now, so we're just gonna hope that that's enough to keep everybody comfortable. And then you'll see here in a little bit, once these scientists get in here and start leveling up, we're gonna need to give some of them apartments, or spacious living apartments, just for them. But now that we got our entire staff here, let's go ahead and specialize our skills. Now this is definitely something you want to do because this will control the comfort levels of your colonists. Total comfort requirements are based off of the total skill level of the colonist, based on all of the skills available. So if they level out all three, that means they're going to get maximum amount of comfort. But if you keep them to just one, like I just did, uncheck the skill you do not want them to use, essentially is what I'm doing. That's how you keep them under control. And then the only thing we need to make sure, you're my technologist, you're going to, wait, you're my repair guy. That's my technologist. Okay, now the very last thing we need to do is set up our warehouse, because you don't want to burn through all of your water, all of your resources, all of your oxygen, so this stuff is we need to control, and this is how you control it. Go to your warehouse parameters for your hydrogen. For water, 100. For hydrocarbon burning, 5,000. Oxygen. And this is on the production side. Production. So what this is these machines, and you're limiting how much they can produce. Once this machine hits 5,000 hydrogen, it will stop. It will no longer produce or consume hydrocarbons. So oxygen, this is the consumption side. Any machine that you have on this colony, this is the consumption limit. So we are going to use 10,000 as our production. Sorry, 10,000 from the water electrolysis. And we're going to put you to 20. And actually, I'm going to lower this to 5. Because I don't want to burn a whole lot of water. So for hydrocarbons, let's make this to 10,000, and then the consumption on that can be 0. That's fine. For the hydrocarbon, don't change this one because that's our recycling. You want that to just keep continuously recycling, but the consumption limit we can set to 100. This will make sure that we always have 100 hydrocarbons sitting inside our warehouse once we reach that limit. The next thing is going to be carbon. We only want to make about, probably I'd say even less than 10,000, so we'll actually put it to 5, and then leave the consumption for your water purification station to 0. This will make sure that you can always use every available carbon resource in this colony to purify your water, so that your water keeps continuously recycling. And pretty much everything else you don't have to worry about, because we're not producing all of that stuff. Now, for their water, okay, this is actually the last thing, I'm sorry. For your pure water, go down to your water electrolysis machine. Consumption, put it down to about half of what you're leaving in there, so you never go lower than that. And then for these, you can just leave it open. You always want them to shower, you always want them to go to the bathroom, and you always want them to go get medical treatment. So that's it for now. We have rations in here. The only thing we do not have is medicine. Let's go ahead and get our medicine. All right, now we have our staff and our very first station. So let's go ahead and do all of this at once because it's going to go really quick. And what I'm racing for here, so that we can get to the moon as soon as possible, is the nuclear thrusters. I am not going to go to the moon on chemical fuel. You will waste so much money. It is absolutely ridiculous. But let's make sure our comfort needs are met, and they are. Toilets at max. Comfort per person on the shower is not. So here's what you do. Close locker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One per 2 colonists is how I do this, and comfort's at max. So we've got a pretty good buffer. See, we're already supplying 102 comfort, and they only need 2. So we probably maybe don't even need to build the spacious living quarters that I had to on my previous run. So this is good. Now we're see the temperature in the hospital go up. So we actually do need to get those infrared diffusers. 2. So difficult. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's probably overkill, but I guarantee that hospital is already going down. Excellent. Now, if you look here, Earth has a perfect sunrise to sunset cycle, meaning 1 hour on, 1 hour off. So you have to be producing double the amount of solar power as you're consuming to maintain battery charge. So we obviously need some more solar panels here. I'm getting that. But that's how you calculate your power usage around the moon. Or I'm sorry, around Earth. So there we go. Double that is 2610. We're well over it. That means our batteries will always be basically at 100%. So now that we are all set up, I'm going to set my usual thing to my repair, always at 90, so that way they catch it pretty early on. They have a good buffer in order to before it breaks. I don't like to leave it low, because then if you have a problem with, say, you don't have the resources, or they're just lazy, blah, 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 whatever, you have a good buffer to catch that problem. So that's what that does. And our research is underway. People are going. Let's go ahead and get a good save and speed it up. Now, what you can do here is go ahead and build your second ship if you want to. I don't, because of 2 reasons. You have to supply it, you have to maintain the people supply, and then also I don't want to build the research on that second ship yet. I want that ship to be as light as possible, so you'll see here when we're ready, to go, that I'm basically going to be sending an unmanned ship over to the moon. But we'll get into that. Just ordered some CO2, some carbon, and CO2, so that we can keep our water recycling, get that going. So, and you can see here we need about 14 more research power, but I'm going to let a couple things finish, because biorepository gives us better servers. And nanosensors gives us better equipment inside. No, those are servers as well, I think. Maybe, we'll see. But we're not building the nanosensors just yet, so we may not even be able to use them. So this is what I wanted to wave. Oh, that was actually, no, that was something else. But what we can start now is nuclear thrusters. As soon as biorepository is done, we're going back into the ship, and we're gonna build off of build our science up. little bit of coffee, start the day. Now I'm blowing through all that stuff just because I've already read it. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys to kind of follow the storyline, but there is kind of a storyline to it now. But again, I'm gonna leave that up to you. I just want to help people kind of break through this first little learning curve that was generated by the comfort. Now what I'm doing here, this is my research style. I already have the researches that I want, so the only thing I'm keeping singular focus is engineering, because I want those nuclear thrusters as fast as possible. But for physics and biology, I'm going into everything except for the low gravity. And actually, I lied. That is an old habit. With the new habit, or the new changes, you don't have to supply meals for happiness. It will help, but I don't have to avoid low gravity plant adaptation research because there's no penalty right away. So all of these can go just because I want them spread out. This is just my research style. Feel free to do yours, but again, our focus is nuclear thrusters. And now that we have all that we need, we're gonna go into the colony and we're gonna fix this research gap that we got. 82. What I do at this point is pretty much, you have 1, 2, 3, that'll give you 90 in here. And then these, you do about 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And buy. 1.9, 2.9, so it's about 5. 5 million to upgrade our research. Now, we won't have to do any more research on other stations for a while. Because this is actually nine people is pretty powerful. Just moving these out of the way because of this. Three, 4. Seven, 8. See, I went off with that middle row. And we can fit 3 of these in here. 2. 3. Now again, watch out for your energy consumption, but I think we're still okay. Actually, we might be about 300 short, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think that'll do it. Now you'll see our research kind of fly. Fly. 20, 30 points a day, and most of these is pretty much, yeah, nuclear thrusters is done. We're ready to go to the moon. Okay, we have about 50 million to work with here so that we don't bankrupt ourselves on the loan payments. So launch a new station in orbit. Again, remember, go for the lowest slope. And like I said, we're doing this unmanned. So spaceship, engines, that's our nuclear thrusters, sorry, nuclear engines. Then you're gonna wanna get 2 more thrusters, 2 batteries, and 4 of the liquid gas. Do not do fuel yet. We don't know what the fuel cost is going to be, and you want to keep your costs down to the minimum. My biggest problem when I started out, as soon as on my first few playthroughs where I pretty much failed, went bankrupt, is I went for my hub on the moon first, because I thought, okay, I need the helium, but you're not going to produce enough with the amount of money you have to work with, or you're going to bury yourself under loans. So what I found was get your orbiters on Earth and Moon, get them stable, and do colony contracts. Spaceport on the moon, 32 colonists, 140 billion, do a few of those. All right. 2 batteries. Tanks. 1 thruster. All right, 1 engine. 2 thrusters. Let's go. Now what we are missing here, and I haven't done it yet on purpose because I want to see how much damage we're going to need to cover. 140, that means probably just 2, because again, we want to keep this as light as possible. So that's the first thing we're checking. But, all right. Always put your travel time low, in my opinion. You may burn more fuel, but you get there quicker and it's less time for something to go wrong where you can't get anything to it because you can't send resources en route. Okay. Go ahead and hurry up and wait for those. Now we're ready to go calculate our delta V. Wait for all the shuttles. Awesome. All right, delta V. Okay. Trying to get one with less time. There we go. Oh, that's a lot of time. Nope. Alright, that's fine. Go to our calculator, due for 7, and that's 68 nuclear fuel. So cancel. Russia. 70 nuclear fuel. Bye. Hurry up and wait. We got it. Launch. Now the nice thing about launching unmanned, you don't have to worry about temperature, power, all that kind of stuff. Even though we have enough power still, we don't have to worry about the temperature or the colonists' needs. So we can get resources to it when we need to. But let's go ahead and rename this. Oh, nice. Holy cow. Alright. This is the moon orbiter. This is the Earth orbiter. So, see, after completing a couple researches, you discover new nations. And these are basically nations specifically to Venus or to Mars, and they unlock when you unlock the technology that you need to colonize those planets. Now, when we research nanobots, you're going to see a bunch of changes because, oops, I don't have anything on my engineering team going. You're going to see a bunch of changes because all the nations of Earth go down to 1. So let our orbiter go ahead and land on the moon. Oh. Again, that's part of the storyline, that Proxima Centauri. That's everything available. Great, almost done. Now we can see over here our guys have gotten pretty skilled, so our research is a little lacking, but that's fine. I'm not going to go ahead and cover those last bit. We're still doing a good amount of research per day. We're totally focused on getting money, getting colonies on the moon right now. That is what our focus is. So we do need to build up our orbiter a little bit, because if we just start transporting colonists from the Earth to the moon right now, they'll die on the orbiter because there's nothing to sustain them while they wait in transit. So let's go down into here. We need to go to Earth. We need to buy some resources. 100, 500, 500, 500, 1,000. 500, 500, 500, 200. And this is what we have to work with in order to set up. Again, like I said, this is pretty much how I open up and buy for the first setup on all of my orbiters. Later on, I'll just have it sent from a hub, but right now we're buying all of our resources to build, so here we are. Check the orbiter real quick. It has 147 days. We're good. And food is at 48, oxygen 15, water 10. We're good over there. All right, let's go down and build our orbiter. Now, a couple changes to this one. As you can see, we do have to deal with temperatures. We do have to deal with that. And then, of course, when the moon is on the other side of the Earth from the sun, you have to heat it. So we are going to be dealing with heat on this round. 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. And then I do that. Oops, 2, 3. And on this, I'm going to leave that just to have the little extra, since we don't go 3 out like we did on the other one. That built, we no longer need that, and we don't want to have to maintain it, so there's that. We can also get rid of these because they're no longer being used, and we're good there. consumption's still very, very, very low, so let's buy some resources. 2,000, 3,000, and 3,000. Let's buy 5,000. Sorry, 10,000 there. I don't want to buy our rations or anything like that can perish yet because we haven't controlled our temperature. So if I were to kind of explain further, if I were to order rations now, these are a perishable item, basically. And our warehouse is at 43 degrees. So because of that, because of the temperature, we would actually start losing rations without the consumption because they're not properly stored. So because of that, you have to maintain the temperature first. We're out of resources. I did go ahead and buy some. Let's go ahead and go to solar system view and hurry it up. All right, this is basically what we got to build with. Because look at us, we're about 10 million from our limit. 2, 3, 4, 5, fixed. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, there's that. Can we exit? Go back. There we go. All right. Station modules. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Start controlling temperature. 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one will not have to be nearly as big as the previous one that's around Earth, because we're just maintaining it. We're not stashing an entire 9 colonists on it for research. So this one's going to look a little different. It's going to be set up a little different. Pause it to give us some time. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Creation. 4. 2, 4. Unfortunately, your hospital still needs to be just as big. Like I said, pretty much the exact same way every single time. The only difference with this one is we will have to heat it. So 2 heaters go side by side right there. And then of course we will check our power levels when we're all done. Because now these I like to do 1, 2, 3. These you can kind of do the same. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Those we'll have to keep an eye on because I haven't. This is the first time I've dealt with the 4. Oh, well, I have to keep an eye on all of these. I didn't remember that. Because like I said, I usually don't do these blocks and they give you extra comfort, so it's just gonna be a little interesting. probably only gonna have about 6 colonists on this one. Probably could have made that smaller, but it'll end up growing later anyway. Okay, that's our bathroom, showers, canteen, and that. So for this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And last but not least, apartments. Yes, we did. Did not do doors in here. I can't think of. That's all we're really low on. And now that we're controlling our temperature, we can go ahead and get our necessities. Alright, so we are going to have to take another loan, which is fine, because we won't need that much. So I'm going to do 120 over 6, and that'll give us about a $45 million payment. But you'll see, we will be able to get that and all the money that we need real quick. Because this last loan will take us through what we need to even build the colony, and maybe even a couple colonies on the moon for contracts. Let's go ahead and exit. Problem with storage, even though it didn't warn us. Slightly annoying. That should handle our storage problem. So we consumed too much of the CO2. But now we're at limit. There we go. On these bigger rooms, you're definitely going to need a 100 or But you kind of don't have to worry about them with heaters in the industrial area because of this right here. And then since our limits are pretty much going to be the exact same between the two stations that we have, I'm going to show you what that export does on the warehouse. There we go. And that, I believe, is everything we need. So, let us leave. No, I'm just kidding. Hire some peeps. On the start, I really try not to, again, I avoid all these kind of negative traits first and foremost, but I also go for people who are low in comfort requirements. Doesn't look like there's anybody that I could get from biotech, so we're gonna for another group of people. Again, I don't really worry about the arrogant trait if they have another good trait with it. That's all we need on the biotech side. That's all we'll need to maintain this. So now we have our crew here. Go ahead and set our repair. Pause it. Power problem. Kind of the same thing on the Earth as it is the Moon, only you need to account for when the Earth is in between the Moon and the Sun. I'm just building a couple extra power grid things and we will be on our way. While we're waiting on all of that to arrive, go to our Earth orbiter, go to the warehouse, export limits, yes. Now, I haven't tested this with other stations. Like, I haven't done this when I have like a moon station, that's something on the actual moon. I don't know if orbiters stay to orbiters as far as the export is concerned, but I do know that it copies that warehouse limit and put the same on this, so we didn't have to set it twice. Now, one thing we do need to make sure is that they all didn't get assigned to one single room, which they did. And let's go back down to finish our power grid. I didn't mean to put that battery there, but that's fine. Okay, now we're ready to set up a station on the moon, so let's go find a contract. Perfect. Spaceport. 31 colonists. Accept. Now, I have found the easiest way to do this. Put it on the side where you have the most days in sunlight, because your goal is to finish this before sunset. Now, for stations on a planet, this is how I buy resources. Keep it under 10. No, do not accept this until this station is staffed and 100% ready. Otherwise, you're going to get random shuttles with a random selection of colonist types, and you don't want that. You want to control everything about this contract. So I'm coming down here just to place my landing ports. Go back out to station view. We're at a good point where we can save it, just in case anything goes wrong. Let's check our orbiter. 166 days. Earth, 143. Water's good. Oxygen's good. Medicine, food, good. Medicine, food, water, oxygen, we're good. Wait for everything to arrive on the moon. Moon orbiter has a jam. Need some storage. Now this is where I'm going to get rid of that dock. I'm going to connect my storage spaces. There's one that stacks really well. Yeah, this one. All right. And that'll do for the storage. Okay, moon should be receiving its resources. Here we are. No again. Hurry up and wait for the construction bots. These should always be your first two things that you put down so you don't have to wait for construction bots long term. And we're gonna do 2, 3, 4, 5 just to give us some charge. And that should be all right for now. Now the first thing you build after that was our airlock. Building the entrance. Now we can build our storage tank for liquid and gases. Build your first hallway block in order to unlock storage. And then let's build our storage. 1, 2, 3. Now again, you're building this to give away, so don't use a ton, don't go overboard, but you are gonna need some extra storage. And then we'll worry about temperature and all that stuff later. We're not on pausing yet. We're gonna keep it paused, build our colony for 31 colonists. Now the easiest way to do this is build for 25 miners and fill the rest in with doctors. There's 10 miners, 20, 5. Okay. And 1 off of the airlock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14. 21. 28. 31. Now the reason why you go 1 off of the airlock is so you could do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Build our canteen. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna need to build our medical. But we need to extend this hallway 1 more. Because that'll be our stairwell right there. Then build our hospital. 2, 3. And we need more materials. So, buy 10,000. 5, and go, you could go high with these, because what we're gonna do before we're done is send every bit of extra resources back up to the orbiter. And the extra resources can then be used for other contracts, other stations. Don't give away more than you need to. And we're gonna heat the colony. Got that there. Light me one. So we have a construction bot problem and we're low on resources, so we're just gonna go out to station view and hurry up and wait for our resources. The only thing that sucks is some of the rooms are getting real low in temperature, so the first thing we'll do is we will go in and fix that. Solve any problems that are for temperature. Again, go back into the, do not select that colony for contract, we are not ready. Now, your people are going to get real sick real quick, so you can get away with not doing the space sickness stuff on this contract. If you don't know how I'm doing this, hold shift when you're placing.
So sad. And since that's pretty much all we could fit, and we did the extra comfort blocks, we could leave that. We don't need exactly 31 seats. I built that wrong, but that's fine. We're just gonna leave it. Okay, that was 15. We need another 16. There we go. 31 colonists. Double check they have all the necessities. Yes, all right. Last thing we need to buy. Water. Food. And that's it. Buy water and food. Need to check power. Power is bad. Last thing I didn't do. Alright, let's hope we have the resources. 1, 2, 3, 5. Check the temp. Okay, so battery charge by nightfall is at max capacity. So basically we need to switch to battery. We can see that percentage is going up over there, and boom, now we're good. The only thing we need to complete now is that, and now we are a-okay. Need to double check what rooms. It's all the apartments, so let's hope they heat up by the time our resources get here. And they are going up. We don't have to worry about elections. Nothing has more than 50 colonists, so that. We did pay our loan. Oh, not ready yet. Storage. Not about you. Let's do 2 just to superheat it quick. And look at this, we did not do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and actually, I think that's only 28. So we need to put one more in here. There we go. 32. All right. Let's leave. Power needs another battery. There we go. All right. Perfect. Now we're ready to hire. So we need 31 colonists. And as long as they are low comfort, hire them because we're giving this away. Do not worry about bad traits. Not gonna take them. 4, 5. That's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 doctors. We're at 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Double check. 3, 6, 9, 10. Sorry, 12, 15, 16, 19, 20, 24, 27, 31. Double check. 4, 8, 9, 15, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, and 31. All right, that's 31 people. And hire. Save it. Hurry up and wait. And then what we're gonna do next, I'm finishing up. All right, all 31 people are here. Assign. Let's make sure all the comfort needs are done. So let's zero that because we don't want anything producing soil, and we're gonna send everything we can to the moon orbiter. All the non-essentials. Send 1,000 to that. 5,000 to that. 5,000 to that. Get rid of it. As soon as it's gone, switch to station. Yes. Leave. Make sure you're paused. Go to your contract. Hold on. Figure out who doesn't have work. That's odd. Oh, we didn't build. Oh man. All right. Whoopsies. Okay, so we just need 7 beds down there, which times 42, 740. Send 500 of that, and 500 of that, down to €1. Okay. Built the medical room and didn't supply it with anything, so 5, 6, 7. And now assign all the staff. There we go, everybody has work. Whoopsies. And complete. There you go. Now you can hire straight from the moon. My next suggestion, because I'm going to wrap this up and save the rest for the next episode, go ahead and finish your nanobot research so that all colonies, all nations of Earth switch to 1. Again, this will be in the next episode. And then go for more colony contracts until you have about $500 million in your bank. And then all you have to do is just build your spaceport that you're going to operate out of on the hub. And your H3 production will go ahead and give you more passive money as you sell it. But I hope that kind of helps out everybody for their opening gambit. I know it's a big learning curve with the comfort and whatnot. Feel free to post any questions you got in the comments and I'll try to answer them. I have a written guide that is on Steam that I will be updating soon. And happy colonizing, everybody. I will see you in the next one.